Let's give a round of applause for Sarah, Poole, and Karen, everyone.
So I have a hyphenated last name because divorce isn't complicated enough. Hey. So just cut to it, I'm tall. I get it, yeah. I'm 6 feet tall. I usually get tall like at least once a day. That's what I call it when people are like, how tall are you? And then there's usually like a couple more questions like, were your parents tall? Yep, they were. I'm 6 feet tall. I came from small people? No, they were tall. Does height run in your family? Yeah, in 1908, my Uncle Royce was born at a clam shack on the down east coast of Maine. Like, yes, it runs in my family. What a silly question. Then, did you play basketball? Yes. Yes, I did. My next tattoo is just going to have all of the answers to those questions. 6 feet tall, yes, they were. Played basketball, yes. Yeah. So people tell me a lot, like, being tall is a little bit intimidating. So I try to, like, minimize that by comparing myself to things that are 6 feet tall and not scary. Like, I can be laid on the floor and used to measure social distancing. A twin mattress is also 6 feet tall. That isn't scary unless you are from Lewiston, and then there's lots of benefits. It's a little scary. How about a full-size refrigerator? That's not scary, right? Unless you're Punky Rooster. Or like the average size man is also 6 feet tall, right? When he's wearing a top hat. Not scary. Kind of jaunty. We like that, yeah. And I try to do things for people, like with my height, like, positive things. Like, I help little old ladies in the grocery store to reach the hard-to-reach things on shelves. Pick them right up. I can lift heavy shit. I do it all the time. I can change the hard-to-reach light bulbs, which there are none right now, but it would be really easy if there were. And I always try to compliment the average-sized man on his top hat. They need that. It's helpful to them. Yeah. I'm told a lot, that I am intimidating, and I understand that. Like, being this tall, it's a little much to see a woman this height. I get it. It's not common, but I'm really not an aggressive person. I don't even kill spiders. Like, even this morning, there was a spider in the shower with me. He was vulnerable. I was vulnerable. We worked it out. It was fine. He was a winter spider. Do you guys, know what I mean when I say winter spider? It's like that very pale, kind of pasty, all legs, no meat on their bones. They're like in the corners. They're a little skittish and edgy, waiting for some vitamin D. Winter's almost over. I get it. Me too, spider. Me too. Waiting. Just waiting. So the human equivalent to that winter spider is, you guys have seen him. You've seen him skateboarding down Main Street. He's got a 3rd-degree sunburn and his wife beater tucked into the back of his oversized jeans, and he's just skateboarding for all he's worth. And he has like a job stopper neck tattoo and like a monster energy drink and a cigarette in one hand and a questionable eye patch maybe, or a baby. And he's just like headed down the street. His name's Kyle or Trevor or some shit like that. I just want to shout at him, put your shirt on, Kyle! Nobody wants to see that. And that makes me sound aggressive. Yeah, I really am pretty easygoing. I've never even been in a fight. The closest I ever came was in college. I was in down East Maine at a bring your own beer line dancing bar. Any combination of those things, and you know that things aren't going to end well. Bring your own beer line dancing bar in down East Maine called the Lobster Ranch, nay VFW. Yeah. And so I'm into it. I'm looking for a good dance partner, and I found somebody who was 6'4", the town undertaker. That was his profession. He was not a wrestler. An actual undertaker. Yeah. But unfortunately, he had a girlfriend named Allison. She was a little person, and I realized, like, looking at me, you're like, little person? You are all little people. Like, but Allison was legitimately a little person. Like, she was the size of a pack and play mattress or a hotel mini fridge. Or penguin wearing a top hat. Like, she was really little. Like, little. So she noticed us from across the dance floor. And the problem, the caveat with the bring your own beer or Fireball bar in Down East Main is that a person of that height can drink well beyond their capacity for tolerance in the parking lot in the back of a truck. And so she was a little tipsy on her birthday, and she noticed us from across the floor, and it took her a little bit to get to us because of her tiny little legs. But once she got there, she was very upset, and she had something to tell me. So, as you can imagine, that's difficult for me because I have to get down to her level. So we just did the thing where I picked Shayla so we could have our conversation, right? But she had too much to drink, and she fell off of her chair. And she hit her head on the dance floor, and she bounced around like a little bobblehead doll. It was very sad, but you know, she seemed fine. She hopped back up. They're very resilient, very bouncy. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but with all the paramedics anyway, she was fine. But you know, they carried her off on a pizza box-sized stretcher and took her to the ambulance, which was really just a golf cart with a siren on the top, because it's Down East Main in the budget, you know, that sort of thing. So no fight. That's the closest I've ever come, but I did learn a very valuable lesson, and that is that you should never flirt with an undertaker on a midget's birthday. It is bad luck. And the over-under odds are no good. Yeah. The thought of actually being in a fight gives me terrible anxiety. Like, I get really nervous about it. I have terrible anxiety about everything. This is really helping. Super helpful. Thanks for being for me. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I do different things to kind of help with that. You know, I meditate, I see a therapist, I do yoga, I drink a lot. Yeah, sometimes I try to combine a couple of those things. Like once I actually did some yoga and some day drinking, and it went okay, but really the only position I learned was the one night stand. He preferred the downward dog. I think we're just, yeah. In the end, we were both just, you know, saying, namaste single. Praying it's not a child's pose. Yeah. I run a lot too. Like during the pandemic, I was doing a lot of running, and I don't. You guys probably went through this too, where your mind sort of wanders, and you don't see a lot of people, so you start talking to yourself or cats. So I was doing hill sprints, talking to the neighborhood cats, and then one day I saw one with like side eye. It's like, Mittens, don't judge me. He's like, what's your form? You're swinging your arms too much. And he said some things, and I said some things, and I don't run in Mittens' neighborhood anymore. Not allowed. Yeah, so, I don't know, I try meditating too. I struggle with meditation because my mind sort of wanders to other things, and I think about really odd stuff. My therapist is like, just let those thoughts pass by. Like, don't worry about them. Let them flow in and flow out. It's no big deal. And I'm thinking to myself, what does she think about when she meditates? Because I'm thinking about free-range chickens. Why don't we just call them what they are? Homeless. They're homeless. You know? That's weird. Or, you know, who buries the town undertaker? What happens to him when he dies? These are thoughts in my brain. Or do spiders really crawl into your mouth while you're sleeping? And if so, how many have I swallowed? Fuck. Or how many midgets can you fit in an ambulance? Can you fit more in if you stack them like pancakes? Or if you put them in like up and down like bowling pins? That's fun. Just like to think about that. Or also, like, where the fuck are all these average-sized men getting their top hats? Because there's a lot of them. Thank you guys.